Hey there. Hey guys, how's everyone doing tonight? Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day, wonderful evening. Welcome in. Welcome to tonight's live. Welcome to Sunday Night Live. So hopefully you guys had a great weekend. Unfortunately, Sunday night. But what else are you going to do than watch some true crime on YouTube with yours truly? My name's Tanya or Titanium Built. You can call me either or. And welcome to the channel if you're new. If you're not and you're returning, coming back for yet another round, thank you guys so much for joining me for yet another live video. I do pre-recorded as well. So if you guys haven't checked those out, make sure you do. We will wait for some people to get in here and then we will get started. I mean, we got plenty of people in here, but we'll do a little housekeeping first. Have you guys subscribed to my second channel? You may be over there right now. It's the Unfiltered channel. I did put the link on over in that chat to come over to this chat if you wanted to chat with us, like if you wanted to chat with a bigger group of people. But make sure that you're subscribed over to my second channel because I'm going to be doing some lives there very shortly. We are almost to 1,000 subscribers, so I'm trying to get there. We're 37 away. So I'm going to drop the link if anyone wants to help your girl out and subscribe on my second channel. That'd be great. Also, if you want to see content that I don't normally put on this channel, you can always follow me over on TikTok at Titanium Built. Also, I have a TikTok and I usually will put videos and stuff on there, just like random stuff, So hey everybody, well, how you guys doing? Hey, for baby mom. There's Stephanie. We got Catherine in here. Cheryl's here. Hey, Cheryl. So it was a long day. That's all I saw. Long day today. Welcome in, everybody. Hey, DM. Hey, Steph. I'm just going to kind of go to the bottom. But hey, Mr. Rose. But I see you guys, though. Hey, Andy. Hey, Teresa. Hey, Mary Beth. I think I said that twice. Did I? I don't know. Might have. Catherine with the K. Catherine with the C. Welcome in, everyone. It's good to see everybody. Hey, Candy Wrapper. Ladybug's here. It's good to see everybody. Thanks, Candy Wrapper. I appreciate it. Hey, ATS. Yes. So right before I got on here, I had to change my title and my thumbnail. I'm like, what's going on in this case? What's going on? What is going on here? So before we get, I'm gonna show you this petition. I'm gonna show you this petition. Yes. Yes. Do you like that? Is that the case that you're into, Karen Ellen Greenberg? I'm into that case. Like, I'm really into it. So yeah, I'm like ready to go through all the good stuff with you guys, go through all the details. So before we get started, I am going to put up Sebastian's picture. I know that we all know this face. We all know it, but maybe somebody out there, they don't know it. Maybe they'll stumble across this channel and they'll say, hey, I've seen that kid. But this is Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. He's from Hendersonville, Tennessee. He went missing. Oh, wow. I'm sounding more Southern. Missing from Hendersonville, Tennessee on February 26, 2024. He was last seen at his home there, and he has not been seen since. There has only been one sighting that we know of that was like a possible sighting, and it come out to be not him. So he's 5'5", 120 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes, and he does wear glasses. He has a big, bright smile. If you see him, please call the Sumner County Sheriff's Office, 615-451-3838 or 1-800-TBI-FIND. And I did put this on a short video today as well. So let me get me back up there. Okay. We haven't put his flyer up, I feel like, in a little while. So I'm not sure why Seth keeps going around saying that he's like a suspect. But like, I know that nobody's been cleared, but technically he's not. Like, the cops are not saying you're a suspect. They're not bringing him in for an interrogation. They're not even telling him anything. You know what I mean? They're just doing their thing. They're just doing their investigation. But he's brought it up a few different times now. And then he brought it up to Vinny at Court TV. And we saw how that ended up, Oh, Vinny couldn't cut that tape fast enough. The music was rolling. I mean, it was bad. We all saw it. It was bad. So I don't know who this is. Her name's Donna. But she decided, apparently, I don't know if she's a friend of, Seth or if she's just a Facebook groupie, but she says, there's a petition out there now. Help Seth get his name cleared from Sebastian's case. This is just making Seth look bad, in my opinion. Hey, Sherry, welcome in. What do you guys think of this? If I was Seth, I would ask that lady respectfully, please take that down. But that's me. I don't think he would do that. I think respectfully, he would be like, yeah, start another. There's a couple strange ones out there right now. We're going to talk about them. We're going to talk about them tonight because there's a couple strange people flowing around right now. It's like they come in, in waves or something. Like a tsunami. It's bad. I know. And the more I hear about this case, the more I'm like, did he run out that door? But then again, would you want to run out to this? The people that are out here. But she wrote while she's doing this. And you'll see that she's definitely there's definitely a divide in people, where you're either for the Proudfoots or you're for Seth. It just seems like that. And you can kind of see that in this. It says, I'm doing this petition in order to help Seth Rogers get his name cleared from his son's case. Now, I wonder if he asked her to do this or even knows about this. Now, if he doesn't, that's real creepy to me. Like someone just going out and doing that. I don't know. Someone just doing that. Ugh. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers is a 15-year-old autistic boy from Hendersonville, Tennessee, who went missing on February 25th, 26th, 2024, while in the care of his mother, Katie Proudfoot, at their home on Stafford Court. There is no evidence Sebastian ever left the house, yet there is no evidence to support foul play, which has led Ellie not clearing any of the parents and the stepdad, Chris Proudfoot. Ellie took Seth's electronics from his home to check for any potential leads to the whereabouts of Sebastian, which has all been cleared as stated by Seth. By Seth, not investigators, by Seth. Seth has also worked with Ellie as a corrections officer, and on the evening Sebastian went missing, Seth was on camera at work in the local jail in Davidson County, Tennessee from 6 p.m. on the 25th until just after 7 a.m. on February 26, 2024, which has given Seth a tight alibi. That doesn't mean they, if they're investigating, right? Just because Seth was at work, and I'm not saying Seth had anything to do with this or, this happened, doesn't mean Seth couldn't be responsible for what happened to Sebastian. He could, if I'm not saying this happened, but he could have had help. And then, he's like, I'll be at work. I'll be on camera, so maybe they're just investigating and they're just wanting to, maybe they're waiting on phone data to come back and they just want to make sure, his phone wasn't text messaging another phone saying, hey, are you going to, get Sebastian or, stuff like that. A planning of, kidnapping of Sebastian. I think that's what they're just doing. And after that, they'll probably start clearing people more. But I don't know. They might not clear the parents until they find Sebastian. They may just, I don't know. I don't know what happens in this kind of situation. I don't know how long they wait. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Ladybug. Love you, all my Titan friends. You are such great people. Oh, that's so sweet. That's so sweet. I know, Andy. I like it when they try, though. No petition is ever going to force Ellie to do anything. But it's so fun to watch people try like that. If this was a petition that was there are petitions out there that matter, but this one, it doesn't. This one's not really, making me feel like I want to go and sign it. Where were we at? The reason for this petition is to help supporting clearing Seth's name as a potential suspect in whatever comes of Sebastian's case. Clearing Seth and his son's case will also enable Seth to bring in other resources to aid his help finding his son, but as of today, he cannot do this as he hasn't been cleared in his son's case. We have to get his name cleared to help him find his son. Without these resources, the chances of finding Sebastian will remain the same as it has done for the past 5+ months. This also keeps Seth and Sebastian apart longer. Help this father find his son. I mean, is it? What is that place? What is the one that comes in like isn't there one that comes in if the parents just ask for them? EquiSearch, right? EquiSearch will come in. They were there. They searched, right? So they had EquiSearch come in and search. Couldn't he get an actual private investigator that SAR, like that knows SAR, like, for instance, like SF investigates, like someone like him, someone that's actually like legit and, knows what they're doing. They're not out there with, a dog named Whiskey Tango, Foxtrot, whatever their names were. They're all alcohol, but you know what I mean? So I don't know. Thank you, Mary Beth. Thank you so much for gifted membership. That's so sweet. So he has a petition. I don't know. He has 17 signatures. I wish we could see who signed it. This ain't cool. Oh, wait, comments. What's this? 4 hours ago, I support Seth Rogers. He has alibi evidence of his whereabouts. They should return the electronic device and focus on Christopher Proudfoot and Katie Proudfoot because everything happened in their household. I support Seth Rogers. I don't think he did anything to his son. All right. Thank you, Allison. Thank you, Rosa. We'll take your comments into consideration. Oh man, this is a lot. This is a lot. I'm gonna mute for a minute. I didn't want to open that drink like right on the mic because that would have hurt your ears. Steph, I don't know why. I thought you said you have the biggest mouth, Mary Beth. I thought you said you're the best. I was like, what? And you said you have a big heart. Where did I see that? Mary Beth don't even have the biggest mouth. I don't know where I saw it. My mind was like in the gutter. I read your comment all backwards. You don't feel he walked out the door? Or you don't think he made it home? Yeah, digging in deeper and deeper. Yeah. He's not doing himself any favors, really. I mean, this isn't doing anybody any favors. And all the people that have come in contact with him, it seems like they're all frauds in a way. Like, I mean, the creators, the people in his town or in Hendersonville that he was associating with, like Michaela and all of that. I don't know. I mean, we don't know for sure, but there's rumor that he gave her like $12,000 for a house payment. Like, I don't know if that's true or not. I hope not, because he had $26,000 for that GoFundMe. Now that would fund, getting a SAR team out there, somebody that's like, can put all this data into a computer and they know exactly where to search, and they could do like grid searches and they do all those searches. I'm not very familiar, I'm not that good with it. But I do actually have something. I actually asked SF something the other day, and now I forget. And I was going to tell you guys that, and that's why I asked him. Okay. So I asked him the other day, because I was curious about acorn candy. So you know how a lot of people are saying like the cops aren't looking for Sebastian. No one's looking for Sebastian. Cops aren't looking for Sebastian and stuff like that. And it got me thinking, like, I wonder how long officers like look for missing persons and like before they turn it into like an investigation, more of like an investigation. But I will give you what I asked him, and then I'll give you the answer that he gave me. I said, "Hey, Steve, I have a question for you. How long do police agencies spend looking for a missing child before they decide to take the next step to investigations? I thought you may know that. Thank you." And so he said, "There is always an investigation ongoing. I assume you're talking about how they framed it in Sebastian's case." And he might have been talking about something different, but I mean, we're talking about the same case, but I don't know if we're talking about the same thing. But he said what they are saying is that they are SAR efforts would stand down and only go out based on investigative leads. So what he means is like if a tip comes in and it's credible, that's when they would go out and use those resources. SAR usually stands down once statistically considering the environment, terrain, weather, etc., there is little to no chance the subject is alive inside of the defined search zone. So their search zone, I think it's usually like 5 miles, but their search zone, like they feel that they're so confident that he's not there that they're they're standing down because there's no chance that he would be there alive. Is what they're saying, like, is what they would be thinking when they move it to an investigative side. Um, so I don't know what the officers think. I don't know if they think, like, something bad happened or if they think, like, "No, we really need to just, like, investigate because we have nothing to go on." Like, because it is out of their search perimeter. Debbie Rogers, thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. Thank you. Thank you for the super sticker. You guys are so sweet. Oh, I can't. Oh, I have, like, the live thing on, so I can't do the little heart thing, but thank you. Hey, Black Widow. I'm just reading the chat a little bit. 20 26K on gas. Oh, yeah, yeah. Didn't he say, yeah. No. Like, that's okay. So that's he makes, okay, let's see. I can't do the math because I'm not a math person, but he makes about 42,600 a year. There's a job opening. So that's how I know. He made 26,000, a little over, I believe, on the GoFundMe. So that's, I mean, what did I do? That's, I mean, he made like more than half of what he would have made for like his job if he would have worked for half the year. Like, and then, I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's a lot. I think you can get a lot done with that, right? Not like a ton. I know you can't do a ton with, that because this is like a missing person, but you would think that you could get some teams together, like some search teams, flyers for sure. Um, you would think that you'd be able to maybe buy a drone for yourself and fly a drone so you can fly, like you can go further. You're not walking, as much. Like think outside the box of things. Um, I don't know. Cotton candy, I agree. I think it's about 50K. Yeah, me too. That's insanity to me. Like, oh my gosh, that amount. I mean, that's a lot. It's a lot. Um, but man, I don't know. It's just it's like it's weird. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. That's all I'm gonna say. Um, okay, I'm gonna move to the next thing. But if you guys don't mind taking a second, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit all the buttons. Don't hit all the buttons. I don't know. That might do something. And I'm gonna paste my second channel and copy and paste my second channel into the chat. If you guys want to go over there and subscribe, I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers and I'm almost there. I'm like 30 some away. So the reward fund I've heard, so everywhere that I've read about the reward is that local businesses put together a reward like $3,000, 3,500 maybe. So there is like a reward, there was anyway. I don't know if it's still out there, but it was from local businesses. So why wouldn't, I don't know, why wouldn't the family maybe put up a reward? Is there a reason why they're not? I mean, Caleb Harris's family put up $50,000. Like they put up 25,000, remember? And they said if he's home before like Easter or something like that. And then it was like the 31st or I forget. It was a weird day, but that was like the day it was ending on. And that day came in and went, of course. I mean, we know now why. And they still kept the reward and they actually upped it to 50,000. I was like, damn, they like, because I thought for sure they were just going to take I was like, they're going to take the reward down. That's so crazy. Like I was in suspense thinking like, is someone going to call, like, because that's a lot of money, but nobody ended up, of course, calling. Unfortunately, well, we know what happened to him now, but well, we don't know the whole thing, I don't think, but we know some of it. So I don't know. Yeah, probably, Andy C. You're probably right. Promiscuous, but I'm sure that they would keep their promise. I mean, local businesses are usually pretty like, if it's, especially family-owned businesses, they're usually pretty cool. Like, they're pretty like, um, I don't know, just trustworthy, I feel like. I don't know. Small towns. I'm from a small town. But yeah, so Seth says, he's a suspect. That's what he keeps saying. Is he want to be a bad boy? Like maybe we should get him like a JoJo Seawall CD or something to play on his motorcycle while he's cruising. I don't know. What do you guys think? Money does talk. Exactly. Yeah. Vigil. Yeah. Donations. Why are we having, I mean, I love the animals and I love that we're given to the animals, right? I love that we're doing, and I mean, I don't care who's doing a fundraiser for an animal. I mean, I love it. I love fundraisers for animal shelters, but there's a child out there, right? That's missing. Like, wouldn't we put the money towards the child that's missing? People are going to come to your fundraiser. You don't have to say that it's for these doggies. They're going to come because it's Sebastian. And then they're all meeting at a bar before they ride. Like, I don't know. That to me, that's just a little cheap sounding. I don't know. It just, how many people are going to go in and grab a beer before they go ride out? All of them. I don't know. I would just wouldn't want that for my kid. I don't know. But that's just me. I don't have any kids. It's just me. It's just me. Were you sleepy tonight, Mary Beth? I'm not very good at reading the chat anymore. Hey, Roro. He wants to whine. KB, I swear. That's a touchy subject for me, the disability is. And he better not. Better. I bet you, because I heard that he got short term, so maybe he's trying to get forever. I never got it. Never. Never, ever. Walking around. Well, actually, I wasn't even walking. I was wheeling around. No eyeball in my head. Still wouldn't give it to me. Arms in a sling, legs are in a sling. I mean, like, I'm in like a full body cast. They're like, "You can still work, right? You could do something, surely." That's what they thought. So, um, I just get, like, really defensive. I get so defensive about that because so many people get it and they don't need it, you know? And this is an old injury that he's had since Sebastian was a kid. So why did it take until now to get this surgery and get this looked at and get this fixed? It's because he didn't want to go get it fixed. He didn't want to. He didn't want to go get it looked at. So when it was like it was, he probably ended up like tearing something, making it worse by not going and figuring out the initial problem. You know what I mean? And I'm only saying that because most guys don't like to go to the doctor. I'm being judgmental there. But also, just because it seems like he just doesn't want to do things like that. Like he wanted to not like go and apply for the job or the training, go to the training for the job. And Chris kind of made him do that. Um, Made him like, they made him kind of like get an apartment, helped him set up here. I don't know. I just feel like he's had a lot of help. So did everybody watch JLR's live stream about Sebastian today? About the Witness Speaks. Witness Speaks. Let me know if you guys did. Put a one in the chat if if you did watch JLR stream today. It was called like Witness Comes Out or Witness Speaks. I'll show you the picture too, the thumbnail, because I got the thumbnail. I didn't really get I was listening to it, but then I wasn't because I was like on my phone on the YouTube short apps and I'm like watching YouTube shorts and then this is like in front of me and I don't know why I wasn't paying attention more, but I wasn't. I was like, no, but I wasn't. Okay, so I don't know, Arweb. I don't she looks like a face that doesn't lie. I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna look over her a little bit, but I didn't even bring it over here. So last night I saw this before I came on the live. Like, I saw that JLR had posted that some lady had come out and, actually, I wonder if I could find the post. Is this his? Is this one his? No. Okay, let me see if it's in his. Because I'm in like 3 different groups, and one of these groups is JLR's. But JLR came out and said that this lady had come out and said some stuff. Hold on, I can't do 2 things at once. I was gonna try to find it, but it looks like. Okay, but this is, they got a lot of stuff on here. Apparently, I have to go through some of this. Apparently, everybody say something about this stuff. So, okay, what's this? Anonymous member. Look at this. I hope that Seth, look at this. Okay. I hope that Seth didn't fall for another scam from a lady friend. That lady on YouTube is saying she got money for an attorney to sue Tennessee and all the police. Betty? Is that Betty? I'm wondering where she got it. It would be a sad shame if it came from this poor boy's parent. Why would you want to sue the people trying to figure out what happened? Okay, I don't know where it's at. It was somewhere though. And it said something like, did you guys see the JLR? Said that this lady came forward and this lady came forward and said that she had seen Sebastian alive. So she's seen Sebastian alive and yeah, she didn't tell anybody about it. I don't know. Apparently she didn't tell anybody about it, but she saw him and I really wish I had the post. I didn't bring it up over here because I 100% think I thought it was just false, not true. Like kind of just, I thought she was just like an older lady wanting some attention on her computer, little tablet or something, just typing away. But she's got it now. She's got the attention. She got JLR's attention. Hey, Squeaky, thank you. Tanya gets 14. YouTube gets 7. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I do have a PayPal. I think it's in the chat. I think it's at Titanium Built. I need to get like people always ask about Cash App and stuff. I just never have gotten one. I feel like I'm so old school. Good Let's Phil. I knew you guys would know a lot about her because I went to her Facebook page. Like, so I was like, I'm just going to go to her Facebook page. I wish I could find that little post though. How many people seen a scar on Seth's neck? Just curious. Oh my gosh. I don't think it's down this far but I didn't pass it, I don't think either. So it might be on a different page. But because like I said, I'm on 3 different of their Facebook pages. So it sounds like it would be. But I went to Donna's page. Here's Donna. So JLR straight goes live and he has his phone in his hand, like he always does. And he has her profile picture and he's like, look at this. Oh, you don't want to look at that stuff, but look at this, look at this, look at this. And it's her face. It's this poor woman. Like this Facebook woman. So I'm thinking I was kind of mortified in a way because I think that this might be just a lady talking crap on Facebook. And I don't think she realized how where she was stepping when she stepped there. Do you know what I mean? Hey, Joneson. Like, I think she totally, yeah, he doxed 100,000 people is on his channel. I was like, she done. But she did say some things. And why not? Okay. I mean, this is the obvious question. And I was going to ask this in the chat, but JLR never really replies. So I just like, this would be pointless. But why is JLR telling us this and why doesn't the TBI have this information? And where's Sebastian? Donna? Fowler? Like where is he? What do you mean? You've seen him. You come on the platform and said, I saw him and he was alive. What? Huh? No, I don't think so, is it? Let me see. I think that was Karen something. Hold on. No. Oh, that is a Donna. Wait, hold on. Oh, is it? This is Donna Sneed Fowler, and the other lady is there's too many tabs. There's too many tabs, guys. Donna Garcia. But it looks like, it might be her daughter or something. No, this one's from the United Kingdom. Well, I guess we're just international now. International people are helping Seth out. Hey, Pine Needle. Yes, I could be. That's why I didn't even bring it over here. Well, I didn't see this. I just knew. I don't know. In my mind, well, that's what I heard. I heard, she saw this kid. She saw Sebastian. It was Sebastian. I don't know how she knew it was Sebastian. I don't know how for sure. You know what I mean? She just saw him. And JLR said that he had like a witness and you know how it goes. A source here, source there, source everywhere. So she's posted on here in the group post. And this is from, is it April? Oh, these are, okay. So we'll go from her first to her newest. So she's only done 3 that I've seen. It says, this is in the Find Sebastian Rogers case discussion. Which one is that? Is that the one that, this isn't the one that JLR has. And this isn't the one that Betty has. It's the other group. Okay. It's not Betty's. It's not JLR's group that she was in. It says, everyone needs to go to the Paschal show that was on yesterday about Sebastian. Paschal had Lauren Conlon as his guest. She had the dog on her podcast. I'm assuming Dog the Bounty Hunter. And it was shared on the Paschal show. The dog had not heard about the Sebastian case. Lauren mentions about Sebastian and listen to what the dog says. It begins at 1:19:01 on the show. I was as shocked as Lauren and Paschal as to what the dog revealed. I'm glad she's on a, first name basis. She had 44 comments. It's a lot of comments. Might have to go through them, see. And someone said, is this the mullet bounty hunter or the rapper from Compton? Which one is it? Which one is it? Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you, ALR. Appreciate that. And thanks to everybody that's has put in orders. Oh my gosh, thank you guys so much. I have them all out and everything. So everything's out. Everything's steamed, pressed, and out. You have to send me pictures. I love it. So this is about dog. I didn't go through the comments. Maybe we should go through those. They might be entertaining. We'll go through some stuff and then we'll come back. But it says here, I would like to say that I make a post on April 10th, and because I could not respond about it, one person said it was clickbait and 6 people liked that person's post. How dare they? How dare they? So basically, she put something online. Someone said it was clickbait, and she didn't respond fast enough, I guess, but 6 people liked it, and she was upset about that. Like the other comment. Our neighbor's tree fell. She's going to tell us now why she couldn't be online, I guess, and took out our power line, cable line, and phone line. We had to stay in a hotel for 5 nights because it caused major damage to the electrical. I received a message of my post this morning and wanted to set the record straight. I do not post anything as clickbait. What I posted on April 10th was the following. CP and KP must be getting nervous because the FBI are on their trail. Now, I will explain why I posted that. ! The FBI went to Yogi Bear Campground in Horn Lake, Mississippi. One of the workers of the campground shared that information with JLR Investigates. See the connection? Got a connection there. Not you, sir. That scared the crap out of me. Did you hear her? She's like, was not talking to you. Not talking to you. Wow, that was scary. So she got the information from JLR. Please give people who make posts a little more respect. We won't. Vet your sources. You do not know why they cannot answer you immediately, as things do happen to prevent them from always being able to reply to you immediately. Just because 6 people liked it, doesn't even say anyone commented under it. Just says 6 people liked the post. So she's like, Facebook freaking out. Facebook's a weird place. Facebook is a really weird place. Thanks again, ALR. That was really sweet of you. You guys have been so sweet. Hey, Nashville native. Hey, Carla. Welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. Hey, West. How you doing today, West? I meant to ask you that earlier. How you doing this weekend? I haven't done anything this week, it feels like. Actually, I went to Target today. I took a little video, too. I was going to post it. I went and got my flu shot. My arm feels great because I moved it like a real person should. I don't baby it too much. So this is April 25th. So it's 2 days later after. So she put the first post was April 18th, April 23rd, and then April 25th. And she's just now, coming on JLR's like radar as this person that said she saw Sebastian. So keep that in mind. This has been on my mind for a few days. I know that at least 50% of this group feel that Katie and Chris Proudfoot are the main suspects in the disappearance of Sebastian. She knows that. It was either in this group or another group that I'm following that someone posted that Katie's neighbor, whom she is supposedly having an affair with, was at her home the night after she and Sebastian returned home from Texas Roadhouse. She's talking about, I guess, the neighbor that came out that lied, the fake neighbor. Remember that bunch of that bull crap in the beginning? Could it be that Katie turned the cameras off so that Chris would not see this man there? Also, it was said that the man's white car was there. If you're cheating on your husband, you're not going to have anybody parking up in your driveway or around your driveway, especially with a white car. Like, you would have them at least even pull into the garage. You know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't just have them in a neighbor so his wife can see his car sitting there. Everybody's car is distinctive a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Whether it's a little scratch, a bump, something you put in your rearview mirror, everyone has something that makes their car unique to them. And his wife would know if she's driving home one night with the kids, and she sees his car over at Katie Proudfoot's house. Like, I mean, I don't see it. It says, and also if she turned the cameras off, right? If Chris is anything like Vincent, he would know immediately. Like, because he has alarm set. Do you know what I mean? Like, for if they turn off, the battery goes dead, like things like that. Or if I set them off like when I'm around here. So I'm pretty sure that he would know immediately. He'd be like, hey, babe, why'd you turn the cameras off between this time and this time? Could it be that Katie and or the neighbor could have harmed Sebastian and it was supposedly the two of them that took Sebastian out of the home? She's making up a whole new scenario. She just making it. So now she's saying, I thought he was alive, right? I thought he was alive. JLR saying over there, she's telling people that she saw Sebastian alive, but this is clearly saying differently. Her post from April 25th, like, could it be that Katie and or the neighbor that she's supposedly having this affair with could have harmed Sebastian and it was supposedly the two of them that took Sebastian out of the home? I'm not saying that Chris is not involved in some way. I bet you they all did it together, cheating and everything. But maybe we have been focusing on the wrong guy. This has just been my thought for a day or two. Wonder if anyone's commented on this recently. Probably not. She probably has those comments turned off or something. Like, why hasn't anyone been over here? Like today. Do you know what I mean? Like, did nobody go and just investigate her a little bit? You know that JLR is smart. Like, smarter than this. You know that he saw this. He's seen this. He knew this. You know he did. And now he's saying, you know what I mean? Like, oh, man, I need to find that post. I wish I would have found it. I don't know why I didn't keep it up. I just didn't think I needed it. And I think I'm down too far here. Let me see if it's. If not, I will eventually find it. What? Did BHB say last night if Seth wanted to see the neighbors' videos they were showing to Chris, why didn't he get off his butt and take a look? I didn't hear that, so. I mean, is there love in paradise? Love in paradise. I'm just trying to find that one post. Okay, it's not here. Why am I in so many dang groups? Because I want to know what's going on. I'm gonna give up if I don't see it in a minute. Maybe this was the page. Oh, earlier I saw someone call Sebastian like their child pretty much, like, and was like dissing Katie, and I was just like, man, I wouldn't be able to hold back. I wouldn't be able to look at these Facebook groups. I wouldn't be able to look at the Facebook groups, the YouTubes, none of it. I would just be in a whole lot of trouble. Like, for real. Okay, it's not on this one either. I'm probably just like missing it because I can't see very well. What? Oh my Lord. Silver's on the scenes digging again. Why? Why are you digging? Like, I don't get it. Does anyone get that? Like, why is he digging? Why? Like, I mean, maybe if you had a drone and you flew your drone and you saw disturbed soil, and then you asked that person, because I mean, the property has to be owned by somebody, right? Most of these properties, unless he's going out on public land and just digging up holes, you cannot do that. Like, you cannot just go around and just dig up holes everywhere. So what? Where is he? Is he doing this across the street from the campground? Because that's where he was looking that one day when he was in the house, the spooky house, and he was trying to be weird and slick. He was right across from the campground, just like where Betty was. They're all going to the same spot. They're all going to the same spot to search. We don't need them to search at Yogi Bear Campground. Pretty sure it's cleared. Pretty sure everybody there knows what Sebastian looks like. You know what I mean? If they saw him, they'd be like, oh my God, that's Sebastian. He's probably, I bet he's in his room right now, just hanging out, sitting on his bed, playing his Nintendo Switch. Like, not to sound stupid. I mean, like, like ignorant, but like really, like that's how people sound. Like, it's really crazy. I don't know. Oh yeah, we were looking at those. Is the part about the neighbor tree? No, it's not. Yeah, that's just too much. I mean, it's just going to be a lot of back and forths right there. And that's crazy. It's just too much. But I did, I had this, actually, you know what I did? I wanted to show you guys actually the dog, like the way the dogs alerted on Sebastian's scent and the way that they went and where they went that morning. So that way everyone has a better understanding. We've listened to the 911 audio on the channel twice, I believe. and the audio is kind of like broken up a little bit. Like you can't really tell like what they're saying and stuff, or what they're like. I mean, you can tell what they're saying, but certain parts it's kind of inaudible. But you can hear them say something about the retention pond, and then the dog jumped into the retention pond, and they said that it looked like that there was footprints in the soil, and then they saw the mannequin, which was like, why is there a mannequin just hanging out in the woods? But Gray Hughes talked to Chris back in like, the beginning of this case, and he did an animation of exactly, where Chris told him the dogs, alerted and went to. Now, you can believe it if you want, because I guess it's coming from Chris Proudfoot. A lot of people don't really say that they don't like him. A lot of people don't like him. Let's just be real. But I don't really see him lying about where the dogs tracked or sent. I just don't. There's no point in it, really. I mean, because it'll come out. You know what I mean? And we would find out. I don't know. I don't think that he would lie about it, but we'll see. See, like, no, that one wasn't. There was one at the construction site too. See, that's what, maybe that one was, but they didn't say that on the 911. I didn't hear that on the dispatch. We can always listen to that again too. Spirit junkie, that's funny. I'm fast. Whenever I'm faster, I'm funnier. Man, I need to be faster. And then we can go through like some of this other stuff that I have if you guys want. But just know, they're always investigating. They're still investigating Sebastian, of course. And hopefully he's found soon. I mean, we're already in August. I mean, fall is coming. I just don't like that. I don't like this. I don't like that he's been gone this long, almost 170 days. It's like 168 or something, I believe now. Yeah, and I wonder what dogs they had out there too. That's another thing. I want to know, like, because there's like water dogs and then cadaver dogs. There's rug dogs. There's like all these dogs that do different, like they're trained for different things. And I'm wondering if they even had the correct dog out there. I mean, I would hope that they would. That's all I'll say, a prayer that they did. But we'll watch this. This isn't the long version, so we'll watch this one. And this should be right when he starts talking about it. So I'll take it back just like a second. And in the beginning of this video, he talks about the lights, and then being like the trash truck, and where the camera was, where the lights were, and all that. And so I'll put this video link in the chat as well. So if you guys want to watch the full video or go over and watch any of Gray's animation videos or whatever, animated videos. It's a little bit. Yeah, so this is what he's talking about here. And so right after this is where he'll talk about the dog. It'll be just like a second from now. We'll just see if this makes sense to us. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry. I don't know why it cuts the stuff out for you guys, the sound. Let me stop doing that. Let me stop the screen. Yeah, for some reason it does that it's so weird. I don't know why it does that. I hate you, StreamYard. I think I'm gonna try to go to Streamlabs, but it's, I think, a little bit harder. So we'll see.
Out the front door, it scented Sebastian.
Can you hear?
And then the dog scented around the house like this. And then back over here where it came out, the dog came out on, I think it's called Kellen Lane. So it kind of came right in front of that same house that had the fixed light on it. And then he apparently walked this direction. And then right up here on Devon Court, took a right. And then went down this Parkenham Drive. Now, the thing is all this is way more developed at this point because this was a year ago, 4/14/2023. And I think you could actually walk straight through like that. And apparently walked over here, and there's a retention pond right here now. And apparently that's where the tracking stopped, and I guess it's not really that deep, that retention pond. So maybe he
That's
walked
why I couldn't
through
find it.
and the dog's lost his scent and he went somewhere else.
I couldn't find the retention pond on Google Maps, I bet, because of the time or the date the Google map was made.
Maybe went up this direction. We don't really know, but law enforcement is apparently going to, in the fall, when the leaves are off, are going to do another, deep dive search in the area, because at this point, the foliage is getting way too thick. Kind of reminds you of the Delphi case. The bridge area looks totally different. Also in the Summer Wells case, very similar.
Yeah, it does.
They had to do a search in the fall because
we went in September.
Foliage is way too thick, and it's hard to search in those environments. You really almost can't do it. It's just the whole day you'd have to be slogging through. But in the fall, you can see through and make your way through the trees, etc.
Like, look at all the woods around there. Like, I mean, it's a lot. These are like little communities, just kind of like off by themselves, outside of the big city.
Okay, so those are the little bits of.
So they're saying that the scent came out from out of his house, and it went down his street. It took a left, and he cruised all the way down. And I'm pretty sure, isn't it down here where that intersection is, like where it goes to the right? I believe that might be where that Bobby lady lives. Oops, down in that area. And then he went across and then down. So how did Bobby not see him? Because she's like, so good at this stuff. I'm pretty sure he walked right by her home. Thinking Betty the New Orange. Dog the Betty Hunter. Oh man, these are getting better and better. I've been calling her Petty Betty all day. It's a good map, isn't it? I know. I'm going to learn how to do more graphic kind of stuff for you guys, because this is the stuff that interests me. I'm a visual person. I just got to learn it. I just need someone to super glue my butt to this chair. I'm just a mover. That's my problem. I like to move, and it's hard to type and look at something when you're always moving, Like, I'd rather clean the crap out of something. I'm just so bad about that. This is Anna too much like Summer Wells, and I think that's why big news like agencies are not picking up this story anymore. They're not covering it. They're backing away, just like they did in Summer Wells. When the crazy started getting crazy, the big news stations started pulling back. And Candy Rapper, I agree. Candy Rapper said, I don't believe they're going to clear any of the parents in this case until they go through the CPS records. Just my opinion. I believe that also. I believe they're going to go through a lot of things before they even consider clearing anybody. I mean, I've been reading the, let me see what it's called. I was going to read it to you guys, but no, I won't do it tonight because it's kind of boring, but it's pretty good. But it's the Law Enforcement Policy and Procedures for Reports of Missing and Abducted Children. And I've been reading through it, and it's very interesting. Like the different types of cases, like non-family abduction, family abductions, a runaway, the thrown away, the lost, injured, or otherwise missing. So there's different like categories that officers go by, and then they build in their how they're going to search and stuff into like these subcategories. And it's for every police agency. It's just this one, like this template that they all kind of follow. And I thought that was pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. You guys have any questions? We could look over some more stuff. I mean, if you guys want, I have time. I don't think Vince is doing too much. He's probably sleeping by now. So good night. My dogs are asleep. They're sleeping so good right now behind me. My dog's kind of snoring. It's pretty funny. I don't think you can hear. And the other one's sleeping too. Right, Keto Kim. I mean, he's got a let me go back so I can show you the actual um change thing. I mean, he's got help get his he's got a change.org petition thing now. And this isn't his first one. This is the second one. What was the first one for? I forget now. Get the FBI involved. Petitions for that. Now it's oh wait, look, he got more signatures since we've been on here, so maybe we're helping him out. He had 17, now he has 22. His goal's 25. 25 people. 25 people can sign this all day long, but that doesn't mean that they even know you from anybody. Like, I mean, what? I never understood to change.org. What's it going to do? I mean, unless you got some real names on there, like I'm just saying. I'm wondering if they are like, yeah, seems like, yeah, West, I know. Wouldn't it be great? Like, it would be so great if we found Summer and Sebastian and they were both, here with us. It's just sad. It's really sad that we have 2 missing kids. Like, I mean, there's plenty more missing and everywhere, but these 2 missing kids, I mean, they really have taken a big focal point on YouTube. Like, I mean, there are channels that are solely dedicated to just covering, Summer Wells case, the Summer Wells case. That's it. I'm sure there's channels out there that are just clearly just here for Sebastian's case. I mean, they only, play Sebastian content, but I don't, I don't know. I don't even know if that's a good or a bad thing at this point to be, you know. You could, I wish you could read these. I bet you some of them are not very nice. So support now. I'm not going to support because I don't think you should be cleared. I don't think anybody should be cleared until the police say they're cleared. Why is Seth so concerned about getting his name cleared? That's what I'm wondering. If he's innocent, what's the rush? I'm wondering. Okay, so I was wondering, what if he can't go back to work if he's a suspect, considered a suspect in a crime? Like, I wonder if you can be like a corrections officer and be like, because he's not really a suspect. I don't know why he keeps telling himself, like telling people that like he's a badass or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's trying to make this new persona. Like, he's trying to be like the bad boy or something. I don't know. Because he's like, yeah, I'm a suspect. Like, who says that? I've never heard anyone call themselves a suspect. Especially when they have an air alibi. Supposedly you're at work, buddy. I don't get it. This right here. Let me put, I forgot to put Gray's thing in here. Let me put Gray's video in here. Don't come and get me. Just kidding. I don't think I did anyway. I might have. There's for Gray's video. And then let me put for the change.org in case you guys do want to go over there and sign. I shouldn't be gatekeeping it from you guys. But like, maybe I want to sign it. Didn't think about it. Get his name cleared, it says from the Sebastian Rogers. I mean, after everything that's been said, I mean, after everything that's been done, do y'all think that Sebastian would even go back home to go to Seth? I'm a suspect. Like, and then coming out with the allegations and his stuff from when he was a kid. And then the CPS stuff that he was like, I need the records for that. I need this, I need that. And then he was going to go online with these records. I'm sure the cops know. I'm sure the cops are well aware of him being on Pascal's show. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure they know. I won't let you know. Honestly, he looks as sketchy as, yeah. Yeah, he really does look like I mean, honestly, this is honestly my opinion too. He really has not done any favors for himself in this case at all. And the people he's hooked up with, I mean, now from the creators to the PIs to the dog handlers to the searchers, I mean, people, they've all been what? You got people out there saying that they're finding evidence. You're saying, I mean, I don't know. You got people saying that they're out here being threatened, their tires are being slashed, but we have never seen any proof of any of this stuff. We can't search anymore because we're getting threatened. Like people were taking the flyers down. Nobody was doing that. It's just Tony showing, TikTok, his TikTok. We have more, there's plenty out there. There's so much. There's so much I can't even think of. And then just the stuff that he's done, telling us all to F off, going off on a creator on a live, calling him a boy. You boy, just down. I mean, just, oh man, it's been nuts. He says guilty. No, I don't think he would get here ever, but Tony's just there. I think Tony just doesn't know how to do his job. If you saw him with the Randy Harris case, I mean, if you're like, oh my God. I mean, the first interview, Randy Harris had News Nation the second or third day after Caleb went missing. So he didn't need Tony. He was already on national news. Then Tony comes in, and then they're not on national news anymore. They're like in local stuff. And then they finally get like this Fox and Friends episode. And he's just really weird during the episode. He's just sitting there like with this dumb look on his face. And they ask him a question. It's like, how are you doing? And he's just like, I don't know. It was just weird to me. It was just weird. Like Randy was put together and Randy wasn't. Or Randy, I'm sorry. Tony wasn't put together and Randy was. And Randy shouldn't have been. He was the one that was supposed to be a mess. But he was, talking fine. I mean, Randy's got his faith, he's really got his faith. Warning labeling, I believe you, yeah. So many people are telling Seth. Is there anybody saying that we love Tony? Like, I haven't heard anyone say that. So, what does Seth think? Like, does he see something we don't see? Is there love there? Is there a reason why they're still hanging out? Did Seth borrow money off of Tony? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Mr. Petito wasn't threatened. Yeah. I don't think that he even was going to be there to begin with. Personally, I don't think Mr. Petito was going to, I think he did his homework and he's like, I'm not touching this. Can't remember. Nancy Grace before Tony. Yeah. Yeah, Sebastian was already national news. That's why, and then Tony comes in and he tells this local news station, yeah, we're going national. The local news station that's been there since the beginning with Seth. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what? It's so crazy. That's just, it's so messed up. And then remember, Tony took over Caleb's TikTok page, just took it and then deleted the videos off of it. Like, I seriously was shook that night. We found that out on the live. I was like, this is not happening. Okay, Cat's life. Let me go back up. Oh, Cat's life. I'm really happy for you. I'm glad you got to see all three of your babies today. I'm jealous of them that they got to see you, their mama. Oh, hope you guys had a good time. TIR, who's that? I'm not very good at the, no, I don't know who that one is, Anna. I'm like, wait, which creator is that? Oh, everything gets brushed under the rug. In this case, it seems like. And then, let's not forget about, Katie's age when her and Seth got together. We know math. We could do math. I heard that, Catherine. Do you think he does? Why would he? Why would he? Why would he though? Why? Why would you exchange or have anything like that? Yeah. Protecting DV victims. Yep. Lisa, you're absolutely right. Yeah. I was like this. I don't believe it. As soon as I saw the thumbnail, I don't know. There's just some stuff it's just too much. I'm just like, nope, that's not even worth it. That's why I didn't even bring like some of this, like the lady up, the older lady that we were just talking about, Donna, whatever her name was, Donna. I didn't bring her up because I was like, then there's no way. I was like, I think this is just a lady that's bored on the internet. It sucks. People do that. I remember when I was in like my mid 20s, early 30s, there would be these certain girls that would get on like Facebook and they would be on there all day long, causing drama all day long. And they were the girls that were like 20, between like 18 and 22, and they were single, single or home alone during the day by themselves with like their baby. And they literally just spent their time on Facebook creating drama. And that's what this lady reminds me of. That's exactly what she reminds me of. Hey, Linda Lane, welcome in. You don't believe the lady? Me either, Mary Beth. I don't believe her. But I mean, a lot of people was in JLR's chat today. Ooh, it was crazy. Okay, so I want to listen to this. If you guys want to listen to it with me, I'd love that. But it's the press conference from 4/2/24. Apparently, I thought that they did more than one press conference. I thought that they had held a couple or a few, but apparently that was just local news stations that were just they were just, saying what was going on in the Sebastian Rogers case, because I can't find any other news conference except for this one, or press conference. So I wanted to listen to this with you guys. I think we only listened to this maybe one time, and it was like fast. It was like, because this has been forever ago, but maybe we'll hear some stuff that we didn't hear before. Sometimes that happens when we do these, and it actually usually happens every time that we re-listen to something. We'll hear something we haven't heard before. But this is going to be the officer here, sheriff, and we'll listen to them here. If you guys don't mind just taking a second, hit the like button. If you do appreciate the content, don't forget to do that. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We are close to hitting our next number in subscribers. Not like 18,000, but like 13.4 or something. So every number counts. I sound like Vinnie Politan. He was on live one night on Facebook or YouTube, and he was trying to get a million people to follow him on Facebook. And he was like, come on, guys, I need this. And the way he said it, I was like, I feel you, bro. I feel you. He did deliver, but it was kind of, he should have did some research. I mean, because she's tagging, I mean, she's saying that she's getting her information off of him back in April. So he knew this lady. I think that he knew this lady, and he knew she was a little not there, and he still ran with that, with her saying that. You know what I mean? I don't know. He's sneaky. Sorry, this is kind of loud.
All right, I am Eric Craddock, ERIC-CRADDOCK, and I'm the Chief Deputy at the Sumner County Sheriff's Office. I'm joined today by Susan Nyland, SUSAN-NILAND, of the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. She's the PI. I also have with me Sumner County Emergency Management Director Ken Widener, KENWEIDNER. You guys ready? All right. Morning. I'm Eric Craddock with Sumner County Sheriff's Office, and we're going to come to you today with an update on the Sebastian Rogers case. Sebastian has been missing since late February. The investigation remains ongoing with steadfast support from the Sumner County Sheriff's Office, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, and many other local and federal resources. We are exploring every lead that comes in and every tip that comes in. As I said before, the investigation remains ongoing.
That water is murky.
The entire community is deeply saddened by what is.
Look at that water. Wow. It is murky. Our water isn't that murky in Ohio. Not where I've been.
What has occurred? We're all extremely concerned for Sebastian's welfare.
Sad.
I want to encourage the community to stay vigilant, to report anything that they think may be of some significance to the investigation, no matter how minute it may appear to be to you. Please call 1-800-TBI-FIND with any tips, or the Sumner County Emergency Communications Center at 615-451-3838. We understand the anxiety and the concern that this case has caused in the community. We too share the anxiety and concern for Sebastian. I want to reiterate that we are doing everything we can to find Sebastian and bring him home. Despite the passage of time, the commitment to finding Sebastian remains unwavering. I said this when we scaled the search back. Our commitment to finding Sebastian remains. We will continue to investigate every possible lead that comes in. The Summary County Sheriff's Office wants to express our gratitude to the community and the many individuals who have helped in the search, the many individuals who have called in tips, the many individuals who have printed flyers and kept Sebastian's face in the news. Nothing would make me happier than to wake up tomorrow morning with a tip that cracks this case wide open and we find Sebastian and bring him home. At this time, I'll turn it over to Susan Allen from the TBI.
Thank you, WG. Hi, good morning. Thanks for being here. We know how invested everybody is in the search for Sebastian, in finding out what happened to him and bringing him home. And we want to let everybody know he has not been forgotten. Nobody's forgotten about him. Nobody has given up looking for him. At the beginning of this investigation, there was a large land search for him. It was very visible. There were also waterways, lakes, ponds that were searched. There were aerial searches with helicopters and drones and fixed wing planes. They were done at night. They were done on weekends. They were done during the day. That was very visible, and it was something everybody was able to see. But we want to let you know that even though there is not that high visibility in investigating this case, that we are not done. It's gone back to what could be considered good old-fashioned police work. Interviewing individuals, re-interviewing individuals, checking out leads, rechecking leads. We have been working with other law enforcement agencies who have had, in other jurisdictions, who have perhaps had some complex cases of their own that they have worked on to get tips from them. We have had, this day of technology with everyone having cell phones and doorbells and ring bells and surveillance cameras. That, as you can imagine, has been a bit of a chore to be able to collect all those and then review them. It's important so we know what's out there. We have been reviewing that, reviewing it again. We have had other agencies involved. The FBI has been helpful in that. Secret Service has also been helpful in that. So we are just trying to do whatever we can to advance the investigation. It has not gone to a place where anybody has forgotten about him or is not pursuing this. The parents have been cooperative throughout. At the beginning of the investigation, they have pretty much done whatever law enforcement has asked of them. At this point, we don't have any evidence. There is not any kind of an indication that there is a criminal element involved. But we are keeping options open. We don't know what has happened. We don't know where Sebastian is right now. So we are pursuing any and all avenues. We do want to caution there are some social media elements out there who purport to have information that is direct from the investigation. I just want to reiterate that is not the case. Some of the information that is being provided on some of the social media channels is inaccurate, incomplete. We don't want this to damage the investigation. So we would just caution anyone who is following the case to just use some caution as to what you see and what you believe. It's caused a bit of a distraction because a lot of what has been out there in some of the social media channels has been rumors and speculations and theories, and some of that has been advanced and people have caught a hold of it as if it's what's really happening. That has resulted in us getting information that is either, like I said, distracting. It's taking away time and effort from what the agencies need to be doing as far as looking for Sebastian.
I'm going to rewind that a little bit.
That has been advanced and people have caught a hold of it as if just use some caution as to what you see and what you believe. It's
what you see and what you believe. Use some caution.
Caused a bit of a distraction because a lot of what has been out there in some of the social media channels has been rumors and speculations and theories, and some of that has been advanced and people have caught a hold of it as if it's what's really happening. That has resulted in us getting information that is either, like I said, distracting. It's taking away time and effort from what the agencies need to be doing as far as looking for Sebastian. We have had
gosh,
so
I
far, as of this morning, 314 tips that have come in through the tip line. It's been mentioned, but I'll say it again. It's 1-800-TBI-FIND. We are also taking tips through email, which is tips to TBI, TBI, at tbi.tn.gov. What's next? We want people, as Chief Deputy said, to continue to remain vigilant, get Sebastian's picture out there, continue to share his picture, his information. Now that it's getting to be nicer, well, not today with the weather, but now that the weather has turned warmer, people may be more inclined to be in their yards. If you go out and see anything that looks different, let us know. Something where perhaps a teenager could have hidden. If you have a large amount of property in the area, or something that has any kind of holes or unstable footing or ledges where a teen could have gone to hide or to play, and you don't feel comfortable checking it out, let us know. We'll get somebody from law enforcement to go out there with you, or to check it out themselves. We just want to make sure that every stone is unturned, that there's no stone left unturned, that we want people to make sure that we are looking everywhere we can. We do want to continue to get the tips, but please don't provide information that you might have seen through social media channels. If you have information about Sebastian, about conversations you might have had with him, things he likes to do, places he liked to go, any people he may have mentioned that are in his life, that could be helpful in finding out maybe what he was interested in. Finally, we want to thank the community. We want to thank the media. You guys have been really good about keeping his name in the public's eye. That's really important. And thank you for your diligence in providing that information out there. And as Chief Deputy said, we also want to thank the community. From the very first day, everybody has really been all in as far as whatever they can do to help in the search, to help pass information on, providing water for the teams that were out conducting the ground searches. So thank you again to everybody. I'm going to pass it back to Eric Credit.
The weather is rolling in. We've got time for some questions. So, yes, ma'am.
I was a few minutes behind, so sorry if I missed this, but has there been any indication at this point of foul play or anything of that nature?
There is no evidence to support foul play.
Did everyone hear that? There is no evidence to support foul play. Now, I'm going to believe this investigator, this officer, before I believe anybody on YouTube or Facebook or social media. They weren't in the house. They haven't been in the home. They haven't been around the home. They haven't been around the scene. They don't know what's going on like the investigators do. No evidence
Is involved in the disappearance of Sebastian.
But at this point, you don't rule it out.
We're not ruling anything out.
So 5 weeks, and you guys covered so much ground. Searching, going back, researching, checked out every case of a possible sighting, nothing confirmed. Not a trace of Sebastian anywhere, nothing found. No footprints, no video, nothing.
Nothing that is taken us to locate Sebastian.
And are there any working theories?
We come up with theories almost daily and try and investigate and make sure that we're doing everything we can to find Sebastian.
Share any of those?
No, sir.
2 questions, if I may. Have you ruled out Sebastian's mom's and stepdad's involvement in this case? And as a follow-up, have you cleared their alibi?
I think the TBI said it best. They've been nothing but cooperative with law enforcement since day one of this investigation. There is no evidence to support foul play on the part of Sebastian's parents.
Is that moving to Memphis interfering at all with your investigation? Is it changing possibly the avenues of communication?
No, sir.
You mentioned when you were asked about recent evidence, we heard some rumors that there seemed to have some validity, that there were glasses found within the past few days. Can you confirm that?
There were some glasses found in the past few.
sorry, I had to go grab a drink. And I wanted to hear that part again because it said about the parents that they've been cooperating. They're not suspects. Hold on. I think that's what he said exactly. So we're going to go back.
And to find Sebastian.
Share any of those?
No, sir.
2 questions, if I may. Have you ruled out Sebastian's mom's and stepdad's involvement in this case? And as a follow-up, have you cleared their alibi?
I think the TBI said it best. They've been nothing but cooperative with law enforcement since day one of this investigation. There is no evidence to support foul play on the part of Sebastian's parents.
To me, that's pretty cut and dry right there. Like cutting, like he's telling us, like point blank, period. They, you know what I mean? Like them two, they're cool. Like they're cool. I think that if they weren't like, if he wasn't so, I don't know, he's pretty passionate with his answer. You know, I think that if he thought that they were guilty of anything, he would just say, nobody's been cleared. Everybody's a suspect. But he's like saying it, reiterating it. There's no evidence of foul play. No evidence. And for the people in the back, because I know people that are in here, y'all know, FBI, TBI, all of them, they've all checked the home multiple times. If there was any biological evidence, they would know. They would also know if there was anything that was redone, like re-carpeted, repainted, those type of things. They would know. They would know if there was a mattress in the garage. They would know. I mean, you know, there's just things they would know. They would have it.
Memphis interfering at all with your investigation? Is it changing possibly the avenues of communication?
No, sir.
Them being in Memphis has no bearing on the investigation. He said the communication is still great between them.
You mentioned you were asked about recent evidence. We've heard some rumors that you see have some validity, that there were glasses found within the past few days. Can you confirm that?
There were some glasses found in the past few days.
Or have you been able to identify that they were Sebastian?
We are still investigating.
Do you think Seth's scared that they'll clear Chris and Katie before they clear him? I don't know. I just thought of that.
Have you found how was that
Not saying he did anything.
Found their work helpful, or are you guys working in unison or a separate team?
The Cajun Navy is operating independently. They have not reached out to us.
Have you found their investigation or their work helpful, or has it been one of the distractions that have been mentioned?
One of the things that I really appreciate they've done is print flyers and keep Sebastian's face out there. It's my hope that one day somebody sees something and calls in and this case breaks wide open and we find Sebastian.
They've claimed they've received threats. To your knowledge, have they filed any police reports or reports to the sheriff's department documenting any of these alleged threats?
No, sir.
Are we able to learn anything about what those threats are?
They would have to call the police and report them.
Where does the search go from here? It's been 5 weeks. There's been no signs. Do you believe he's still alive? And what are you guys going to continue working on?
My hope and prayer is that Sebastian is still alive. Yes. We're going to continue to work on this investigation, follow up every tip and lead that comes in. Some of this may revert back to us going over some things that we've already done for the 6th, 7th, or 8th time. A fresh set of eyes never hurt anything. We're going to continue to work to find Sebastian.
Has the story been changing at all as you've been talking with people, interviewing them for a second time possibly?
There is no evidence to support foul play.
Are there any?
That's the third time you said it.
We have tips called in daily.
Any of those tips seem legitimate enough to expand law enforcement resources?
Regardless of their legitimacy, we're going to follow up on them.
Will there be any other agencies pulled in to help in the search efforts for this case?
I'm certain there will be.
You met with the
What did he say? Hold on. What was
biological
that?
father and mother
What was that?
this past.
To help in the
Regardless of their legitimacy, we're going to follow up on them.
Will there be any other agencies pulled in to help in the search efforts for this case?
I'm certain there will be.
She said something about, will there be any other agencies like helping the search of this case?
You met with the biological father and mother this past week. Is that at their request, your request? Is that just re-interviewing them again?
That was at the request of law enforcement. We It's not uncommon to talk to the family in investigations like this. I've got time for one more question.
Just overall, how has this investigation impacted the morale at your department, especially with all the scrutiny coming online?
Let me put it to you like this. If my kid was missing, this is the team I'd want on it. The men and women of the Sumner County Sheriff's Office, of the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, the FBI partners, the other local agencies, the Secret Service, everyone who's had a hand in this case is doing everything they can to find Sebastian. Morale's high. We are here and we are dedicated. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you for keeping Sebastian in the public. Please continue to publicize this photo.
I like him.
Thank you all.
I like that press conference because you can actually hear it. There was only, I thought my camera was on this whole time. There was only one question that you couldn't really hear, and that was at the end. But usually during press conferences, I'm always like earbuds, make sure you have your earbuds because normally you can't hear the questions or the person speaking. But he said 3 different times, no evidence of foul play. Like he was making that apparent that he wanted people to know, like the internet to know. So maybe they're thinking that Sebastian ran out of the house that night. I mean, if that's if that's how they're wording it, I don't know. I wonder if the morale is still high for 6 months. Yeah, Nick. Oh man, probably they probably look tired and worn out and beat down. Yes, Corinne. Yeah, Corinne. Yeah, he has. And I don't get it. I would think. Okay, so if Seth and Katie don't get along, they just don't. Katie will not talk to Seth apparently. Like there's a connect. There's something there where she just doesn't want to talk to him. So Chris Proudfoot is the one, that is like the middleman normally, and they're all and everything that seems like that they do kind of, he's like the middle guy. Wouldn't you, for the sake of your son, put all your shit aside with the stepfather and work with him in any way you could to find your son, especially if you thought he was guilty of something? Because if I thought that Chris Proudfoot was guilty of something and I was Seth Rogers, I would work with him so damn close and I would find out everything. You know what I mean? I would be like, that's my son. I'm going to get to the bottom of this. If you think that Katie did it, I would get close to Chris because that's the only way you would get answers. If there are supposedly these secret agents and they've done all this like crazy stuff, with their kid, and they had him in a book bag and they snuck him out of the house and did some covert op shit. You would think, I would put everyone's saying Katie put her stuff aside. Well, no, she doesn't. There's somebody that's willing to take her place and be her stand-in. She gets a stand-in. She has a tag in, like, when you hand off the baton, she's got that. And she's exceptionally lucky for having that. Yeah, harming him. Like whenever you're little, you're like, I'm running away. And your parents would be like, I'll pack your suitcase. And the reason why I think Chris said we would have heard him if he went out the window is because those windows in the bedrooms, they sit up higher than normal windows. That house has like cathedral type ceilings. It has very vaulted ceilings. So the windows sit up a little bit higher. So like not the living room windows, but the other windows do. So I think what he was trying to say was they would have heard him like thump outside. And that could have been what Katie heard. But maybe they didn't see any footprints there. Maybe they had like a little bush or a garden, like a flower bed or something where they would see the impression, but maybe not. Maybe he turned around, scaled down the wall. I snuck out of my house before, my parents' house. Try to sneak back in. I really didn't sneak out as much as I tried to sneak back in. I was always late. Online gaming app comes with risk. We know he was online and had access. We know Seth took him back to get the waitress number. Who else did he give his number to? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Who had his number? And they say that, I mean, in these kind of cases, it's usually somebody that's close that like lures kids. I mean, it's usually like a situation like that, especially if Katie's going to come out and say in the first interview, he's not a runner. I don't know why he left. Like, if she was guilty, I feel like she wouldn't have said that at all. She would have been like, yeah, it's a possibility he ran. Yeah, that's a possibility. Hell yeah. Like, I would say that. Like, I wouldn't say, no, he's not a runner and be like totally confused. You know what I mean? Like, she literally did. Oh, that's a crazy bitch. That's a good point. Maybe he wouldn't have went out. He would have had to go out the front door then, because that front door locks on its own. He did reply to the thump. Yeah, you're right, Elser. You're right. You're right. I didn't even think about that. Maybe he yelled back in. Just kidding. I'm cool. I know people were so hard on Katie about that, like about not going and checking on Sebastian. And my mom wouldn't have checked on me at 15. No way. No way. She would have been like, get your butt in bed. What are you doing in there? Catherine, I agree. And I think that I'm old school. And I think that, sometimes you need your man to stand up for you and speak for you. And that's just me. That's just a personal thing. And I would hope that if something like this happened with me and Vincent, that he would be there to be the strong one, because I don't think I would be able to be the strong one. Like, there's sometimes I am, but I mean, sometimes I have to be, but like, if there's some, like with having him, it's almost like I can let that emotion out, because I know my partner is going to have my back, It's sad. He's 15. Yeah, Roro. Like he's told. I know. Everyone kept calling him a baby. Remember when people were calling him that? I'm like, stop calling him a baby. He's not a baby. And you're making him sound like he is. And he has autism. So when you put him in that category and then you call him a baby, it makes him sound like he's less than what he is, in my opinion. That's my opinion. I think that he could do anything that anybody else could do, if he maybe even better, because we're hyper-focused people. We get into something. Oh, Taco did say that. I wonder whatever happened to Taco. Lisa, do you guys know? They were making it look like he was, yeah, they were just, yeah. But then Seth says, I leave him at home 12 hours a night when I go to work. And he makes me coffee. He knows how to make the coffee I like. What? You're lucky if I would have hit the button for my mom after she put her own coffee in there the night before, just to start it in the morning. You know what I mean? Like, and I was an adult. Like, what? Why is Sebastian meeting you at the door with coffee in the morning when he should be asleep? When he get home, 7 o'clock? He should be in bed still. He's a teenager. What teenager wakes up at 7 a.m.? It's 8 a.m. None. That means he was up all night, probably drinking that coffee that he made for you. It was probably really for him. He was probably like, oh crap, Dad's home. I'll just say I made it for him. Could be. Because I think that Sebastian's a lot smarter than people give him credit for. You know what I mean? I think that he had that phone. I think he could get on that internet somehow. I really do. I really do. There's no way to take the internet off your phone. You can do a parental lock. But kids, parental locks, come on, Well, Robin wouldn't take him because I don't think Katie wanted him to go. When I first heard Seth say that he was coming to stay with him, it almost sounded like he almost was going to say for the summer, but he stopped himself and then he said full time. And I really don't know about that, because why would you take a kid has autism, that needs structure, that needs medication to sleep, and he needs these things, and routine to strive. Why would you take him from his routine life and put him into homeschooling, living with his father in a 2-bedroom duplex where his friends don't live, where he doesn't know anybody? I think that's a horrible idea. I'm not a mother, and look at my face. I'm like, no, You heard it that way too, Revo? Me too. And he like caught himself. He was like, yeah, he was coming to stay with me like full time. Like it was weird. And I still feel in my heart and in my gut, he was only going to stay with him for the summer. And this was probably the first summer he had him the whole summer too, instead of just every other weekend or every couple weeks. Because it's a lot different when you got a full-time kid living in your house compared to having them on the weekend. You know what I mean? Stay the night for the week, like a Saturday night, and then you take them home Sunday. Like, believe you me, I've got enough nieces and nephews for all of us to have one. And they're all different ages. You think it was an inside job? Well, Mary Beth, I do, and it's pretty bad. I feel like it's getting worse. Like it's like somebody. Okay, so if you're unfamiliar with like autism and stuff, like this lady, oh, I wish I had the video. She explained it so well the other day, and it made my mind think. So imagine an oven, right? And the knobs on the oven, right? The hot knob, like the oven knobs. And imagine each knob is a different symptom of like autism, like a different part of the spectrum. Like sensory would be one. If you need routine would like be one. Well, everybody's not on the same part of the spectrum, right? But there's not like one this side and then this side. There's a whole middle. So think of those knobs and think of each one being a symptom and turn up the knob, how much anxiety or how overwhelmed it makes you. And I was like, oh, wow. I was like, that made me think, because some days my sensory level is through the roof and other days it's low, but some days it's high. I can't even get back massages anymore because of the, my nerve, like, this lady, oh my gosh, she gave me back massages all the time. And I went to her and I got one and I was tortured the whole time. Every time she touched me, I felt like I was dying. Like, I mean, I literally cannot explain to you how I felt like I was in pain. I felt like I was just wanting to scream. It felt like my nerves were on fire. I don't know what it was, but then it stopped. And then the other day, Vincent gave me a massage and it came back. And I was like, it's back. And so there's only certain times, but I have to wear soft stuff. I can only wear certain things like to wear. I feel so bad for children with autism. If you have a child that has autism, let them wear the sweatpants to school. Don't make them buy the jeans. If you have to buy the jeans, buy the ones with the buttons that like extend the jeans out a little bit for them so they're like wider. Because we hate jeans. We do. I used to work in a kid's store and I used to look at the moms sometimes and be like, why are their kids don't want to wear jeans? Like they're just jeans. I never understood. They never said it's because of autism, but they would say sensory, but it never clicked. To my head. That's what I wear, Cat and Jack. Or not Cat and Jack. No, it's the other brand like that. That's the kids brand. I wear the brand that's like that. The adult Target brand. That's not there. No, how many shirts in there? I'm trying to think. I told someone one night on here because they were like, where'd you get your shirt? And I was like, Target. And I was like, they're like, what is it? A New Day. That's what it is. Yes, Nash Native. You're right. I have a lot of that. And that Fable or whatever it is, that one, they're pretty soft too. Or Universal Thread. That's what it is. I have that too. Some of them are very soft. Yeah. As soon as I touch them and I have to touch it. I'm one of those people, like I have to touch things. Like I'm still like a big kid. I was going to show you guys this video, but we could watch this video really quick since we're still here. We're all here. I don't know if you guys have seen this. I was watching this the other day and I was like, this is kind of interesting. It's just 10 minutes long. It's about Sebastian. It's behind the story, the search for Sebastian Rogers, and it's from 4 months ago. But I thought it was pretty interesting. So we can watch this and we'll chit chat in the chat while we're watching it. Oh, I love Target clothes. If you guys need some soft stuff and it washes good. I have 5 2-piece sets for fall from them. I think 4. And now they have 3 more out, I think, for this year. I'm excited. I love music. Huh. Autism kids, they love music also. I didn't know that. This is literally how this started with me and me going to the doctor. We were talking about Sebastian, and I was like, I love that. I love that. We were talking about like things like, you know, and then I was like, I hate that too. I don't like that either. And here we go. Went to the doctor, to a counselor, a psychiatrist, and a psychologist later. You're part of the club, they said. I said, oh, I thought that would be, I mean, I didn't have it. That meant I had it. But it makes sense. And people can function. It's very, you can manage it. Medications, you know, routine, structure, 100,000%. You got to have it. Bedtimes, like a routine. You got to have a routine. You can't miss things. You can't miss like school. You can't miss stuff like that. Because if you get behind one day, you're behind forever. You're done. You're behind. Me too. Stephanie, I used to be like that. And that's a good thing though. Cause you know, no shoes in the house. My mom used to be like that. We never wore shoes when we grew up. And Vincent's, half Japanese. His mom's full Japanese. So they don't wear shoes at all in their home, of course. So, my parents, but my mom always said no shoes in the house as well. But now I have to wear something. I don't know why. Ever since my accident with the hardwood floors, I have to wear something on my feet. Very weird. So we just took a little side, I guess a side tour there, little sidebar. And we can watch this if you guys want, and then we'll jump off for the night. And I have so much stuff to show you guys for other cases. Delphi, Idaho 4, Crystal Rogers, Ellen Greenberg. We're going to have to do some double live days. So we'll play this.
For Behind the Story, where we kind of take a deep dive into some of the big stories that we've been covering. And this offers us an opportunity to really provide context and depth to some of the headlines that you've been seeing here on WSMV. I'm Amanda Hara. This is Michael Warwick, and he has been covering extensively the search for Sebastian Rogers, which is now in its 5th week.
Yeah, more than a month. He went missing February 26th. It's believed he wandered from his home, walked from his home, may have been barefoot. And here we are more than a month later, no sign of the 15-year-old with autism.
And Michael, I want to go back in time a little bit, because you were one of the first reporters who we sent to cover this story. And you were kind of there during one of these original news briefings. And you asked a very important question of authorities about surveillance video.
This would have been day 3 or day 4 when the investigators came out and briefed us as to where we stood in the investigation. And I asked the deputy chief, you've asked for all this surveillance camera footage, all this doorbell camera footage from across Sumner County, from those specific neighborhoods where he lived. Have you seen anything? Has anybody brought you a photo, a doorbell camera image that shows you Sebastian? And he said that no, they haven't actually been able to put eyes on Sebastian since that night he went missing, which really stood out to me as a reporter, because we know everybody nowadays has doorbell cameras. It seems like there's so many of them across the county, surveillance camera footage. And if he was to have walked away from.
The problem was they didn't have street lights. It's dark out there. So if they would have had street lights, they would have been able to see something more.
His home, you'd think that somebody would have picked up a trace of him. And that was not the case.
It really is mystifying. And you can kind of pick up on the fact that investigators feel frustrated with the lack of leads or the lack of movement, I guess you could say, in the investigation.
Exactly. It's something I sense talking with them. They are frustrated. They've covered 2,000 square miles in just a few days since he went missing in February. They've done another search this week. They're bringing in boats. They're bringing in ATVs and search dogs. They've got boots on the ground, walking through woods, checking ponds. And they have what they say is very few clues as to what happened to Sebastian. And it's something I sensed is that they are frustrated. And it's tough for them. It's tough for the public.
And it's interesting to kind of see, they originally decided to scale back their search efforts, right? So they said, okay, we've got people on standby. We're going to respond if we get a lead. We've got boots on the ground that can go immediately, but we're scaling back the search efforts there at the scene.
Yeah.
So that kind of happened. There was a lull almost in activity. And then within, since yesterday and today, we've seen hundreds of people now back in the area around the home where he disappeared from, his family home. So it's just interesting to see, go from this lull, no new leads from what authorities are telling us, to all of a sudden, this recanvassing effort that's involving hundreds of experts out there.
Right. Some new people that are out there that hopefully can shine some light on some things that they may have missed. It's important to point out that in the few days after Sebastian went missing, in those original press conferences, they said that they were working under the belief that he wandered from his home, that he walked away, and that they were out searching for him, and it was just a matter of them finding him. That was the original belief.
Yeah.
Here we are several weeks later, and I think that has changed, because now the TBI and the investigators are saying everything is on the table. Every possibility is on the table. There's no evidence that points to foul play. There's no evidence that rules out foul play. So I think that has kind of changed a little bit. That belief that he just walked away from his home, sure, that's a possibility, but it may not be exactly what they believe at this time.
Right. So Holly Thompson had an exclusive interview with Sebastian's mother and stepfather, and they talked directly to that point and said, we don't even believe that he simply walked away based on his history. So take a listen to that.
He's not a runner. He's never run away before. I don't know why. I don't know why he walked out that door.
And so just kind of to clarify and give context to that, they're basically saying that this is not something.
Like, when I see Chris's face there and Katie, I see grieving parents, like parents that are just lost, not grieving, like lost. Like they've been crying. They don't know where their child is. And I say theirs because Sebastian's been living with Chris and Katie for a long time. And, that's his stepfather. Stepfather is like a father.
Something that he would do normally. He wasn't the type of child that would just leave regularly. So that's why this is confusing to them. If he did indeed walk out the door, why?
Yeah.
And I think if they had something to do with it, right, they wouldn't say he's not a runner. Do you know? I think that Katie would have been like, that's a possibility. Like if she did something to Sebastian, I mean, she's not going to want to say, no, he's not a runner, because they're going to look at her even hard. People would look at her even harder, right? I don't know.
And he could have. I mean, there's only a certain number of things that really could have happened. Either he walked away willingly and it's just a matter of people finding him. He may have walked away willingly and somebody took him. Somebody may have done something to him. I mean, there's only a certain number of theories at this point that could explain where Sebastian could have gone. I know that people with autism, kids with autism, some experts have come to us and say that is something that they do. They wander. It's a reason that they check some of those bodies of water, because they can be drawn to bodies of water. So it's like the word you used is mystifying. And I think that's the best word that we could use.
Earlier this week, it seemed like a little nugget was dropped by investigators that could potentially lead us somewhere of value. And they had mentioned during a news conference the other day that a pair of glasses had been found during the search for Sebastian. They have since come out and said the glasses that we found do not belong to Sebastian. This is off the table as a piece of evidence or a clue in the case, for that matter. And we have also heard from the parents who went on national television, the stepfather and mother, and they have actually left their home because the stepfather has a job in Memphis. So they've left their home there in Sumner County to be there in Memphis for work. And there was some criticism for that decision to kind of leave while the search is happening around their house.
Yeah, they had said in that interview with Nancy Grace that it was for the stepfather's work. She asked them why, and the mother had said that she wanted to be there with her husband for his work. They have since, according to investigators, cooperated fully with anything that the investigators have wanted. Anything the sheriff's office has asked of them, they said that they have done. So yes, they've received some criticism for leaving, but as far as from what investigators have told us, they've done everything that they've been asked to do.
They also face some criticism just from people on social media saying, why did it take you so long to say something publicly? And in the exclusive interview that they did with Holly Thompson, they said, please don't judge us. You have no idea what we've been going through. And they talked a little bit about this emotional roller coaster with her that they've been on.
How are you coping?
We're on a constant roller coaster ride of helpless and hopeless and many other emotions all in one, and it's a never ending roller coaster. It doesn't stop. It won't stop until he walks through the door.
And just a few days ago, you spoke with Sebastian's biological father. So we just heard from his stepdad and his mother, but you actually did an interview with his
Seth Rogers.
dad. Yeah, and it was such a profound interview and so gut-wrenching. Walk us through how that interview came to be, and then we'll play a little bit of it.
This actually came out this was last Monday, and the United Cajun Navy had come in. They'd been searching for Riley Strain in downtown Nashville, and we're here. And so after the resolution to Riley's case, they moved over to Sumner County and said, well, we'll help search for Sebastian. And we had arranged an interview at the place that they were sort of meeting in their command center. And they had asked Seth Rogers to join, and he came and was more than willing to talk to us for the first time. Was the first time I had a chance to talk to him. He's been out searching himself and was.
Why did it take Seth so long to come out and talk? He came out after the same night that Katie and Chris came out. After them, he came out with the phone call. So we're asking Katie and Chris, why did it take so long to come forward? Why did it take Seth so long?
Very moved by the attention this case has gotten, and you felt for him, and I know we have a piece of that interview.
Yeah, and what I appreciated about it was, the love with which he described his child. So take a listen.
Every day, I have to stop looking is to give up hope, and I'm just not into that. He is my heart. If you get to know him, you'll smile all the time. When you see him coming, you'll smile. When you hear his laughter, it's the sun coming through the clouds.
I mean, just to hear him describe his son like that, goodness. Yeah. It's just kind of gets your heart immediately. What is one thing that really stuck out with you? Because you've kind of been in the thick of it, Michael, boots on the ground reporter. You've been there among the search crews using all types of tools to try to find him. What's a moment or an exchange or something someone said that is really going to stick with you?
The attention that this case has gotten from the people who live in that area, who truly went out and were walking along rivers and in woods and checking their sheds as they were asked to do. We even got a chance to speak to some people who have autism or have children who have autism. And if you want to talk about people who have their eyes on this case, it's those folks who know what it's like to raise a child with autism, who know what it's like to have autism. And this case is one that they are thinking about all day, multiple times a day. And for them to get a resolution to this case would mean the world.
And I think it's something that just resonates with all parents, right? Like this is every parent's worst nightmare, and to see this unfolding is just so troublesome. Michael Warwick, thanks for sharing your perspective with us. We should mention TBI says they've gotten more than 300 tips. They're really asking people for a couple different things. Only share evidentiary information. So factual information, not based in rumor. If you're submitting a tip, they want to hear your tips, but they don't want it to be something that you heard on social media. And they're also asking people not to spread misinformation on social media. They say that can bog down their investigation. They got to spend time following up on leads that are typically dead end. So those are the two big requests there. We are on top of the search that is happening today. We're going to bring you the very latest on air and in the WSMV4 News app. If you've been watching Behind the Story, we appreciate you joining us.
Behind the Story. I didn't mean to turn my camera off there, but I was on there. I was on the screen. My other channel, I think, was. But I think that's all I really have for you guys. I mean, I could always look up more stuff, but I won't do that to you guys. There's really nothing to really see. I think I showed you everything. If you didn't see our live from last night, make sure you go check it out. Also, okay, so I was going over to gift those memberships earlier when I gifted out the memberships. And I have to go to my live, to do it. So I went to YouTube And guess what they have? Oh my gosh. So this is probably for the girls in here. I don't know if y'all remember these, but do you guys remember Polly Pockets? They still have Polly Pockets actually to this day. I bought my niece one, or my great niece one. But do you remember the Polly Pockets? They were little and they had like the little girl and you could put her in the little house. And like I had one and it was her house. And then I had like one that was a McDonald's one or something. It was like a food one. I don't know if it was like actually McDonald's, but it was like a food one. But they were called Polly Pocket. Well, would you not know this? I'm going to show you what it looks like. They have a tour the life-size Polly Pocket house. It's opening as an Airbnb in Massachusetts. Where is this at and when are we going? This looks like the exact replica of the one that I had. This is the exact one that I had when I was a kid. This is the cutest freaking thing I've ever seen in my life. I got to go. I have to be there. I have got to go. This is like a childhood dream. I wonder if it opens. Oh my gosh. I wonder if it's like closed and then it opens. I'm going to have to watch the video. I don't want to get copywritten if it's like, it probably wouldn't hurt to just do like okay, so there's the Polly Pocket. Look at that. It's probably so comfortable. That's probably so comfortable. Look, you got little clothes. Oh my gosh. Okay, she's putting the clothes on. That's cute. You got your little bows. Oh my gosh, this is adorable. You can't really use anything. It doesn't look like it shuts. Okay, I wish it did. I think it probably could. I mean, I have to shut because you get rained on. Wait, how's that work? The weather would, yeah, it has to the top has to look like closed because but then you'd really be stuck in there. Actually, I don't know if I want to go now. That kind of sounds like the suitcase deal, like just closing. And what if you can't get it open? Okay, we're not giving you money for that. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna put that on a wish list. Polly Pocket. If I had to choose somewhere to stay, like if I could choose, and this is because I'm a sentimental person, I would take my pick and I would give it to my brother and I would let him go to stay in the Christmas Story house because he loves that movie, A Christmas Story, and they have the house in Ohio and you can stay there overnight. And it's really, really cool, but it's $3,000 a night. And so I love my brother, but I don't have money like that. So I would take mine and I would give it to him. I wouldn't go to the Polly Pocket house, but I really would actually. I would go to the Polly Pocket house. But I know, but now I'm thinking about it closing and stuff. Like how you get out of there? Is there a front door? Like where it clips? Is there like a front door right there? Like opens? But I need to know. Moore Village in Tennessee. Is it pretty out there? I've been wanting to go to Tennessee. I've been wanting to go for a while. I have friends that have been to Gatlinburg. They say it's beautiful there. I know it's very touristy, but I want to go somewhere where there's like mountains and hills and Tennessee people. People from Tennessee are so nice normally. Mm-hmm. You collect the old Polly Pockets for Daisy, your 6-year-old granddaughter? Solo, you need to show her this. You want me to put the video link I'll put the video link in here. Because this is cute. She's gonna want to go though. You got to look it up and see how much it is to go before you show her. But I put the link in there. I'm milking Babs until the end of August. I know. Where is Babs? I haven't seen her in a while. I haven't seen her since the night I told her she's going to fall in love with me. And then Linda Lane came in with that name and I just laughed so hard because I was like, that's the video I lost my crap on. She was too much. Yeah. No, it was funny. You guys made it so funny. You guys, when you started sending the super chats for Babs, I lost it. I was like, I'm done. I was crying. It was so funny. Lisa's in here. Hey, Lisa. Juno said, oh, you've never been to Laura Village? But I found it on YouTube. I'll have to look that up. We have a really pretty place here in Ohio that I'm trying to think of what's called. It's like a big national, it's not a national park, but it's a big camp spot. And my parents would go there and you can camp, you can either rent camp, what are they called? log cabins for like, and they have like no bathroom even in them. Like you're literally bare nothing. Or you can get them, just depending on the price, how much you want to spend, or you can get them like up into like, bathroom, like master suite with everything. But my parents would go and they would just get like a little 1-person cabin with a bathroom, of course. And it was like really cheap back in the day, like $80. Like that's pretty cheap, for a cabin. You got your own hot tub. No one could see you for miles around. But every time I go to book there, they're always booked full, like always. But I want to go stay. They have like these, they're like lifted up in the trees and they're like these little homes. They're like glass homes, like glass cabins you can stay in. And they're up like in the trees, but Vincent's not really down for that. He's like, I don't know. And I'm kind of scared of heights, so I'll probably be scared of it. They have a great aquarium. Well, we have a hippopotamus here. I guess in Cincinnati Zoo, I guess it's like the thing to see in Cincinnati. Like you got to go to the zoo and see the hippopotamus. I forget its name now. I'm like, well, let's do it. I think it's hippo. Or is it rhino? I don't know. It's something. Let me see. Cincy Zoo. I think it's. Oh no! Look at this. Now I'm like showing you guys pictures of the zoo. This isn't the one I don't think I was looking for, but the zoo had a baby. Let me see. This is a cute picture. Not that I would want a zoo animal, but look at that. If I saw that person, I would be laughing so hard. I just laugh at stuff that makes me feel like uncomfortable. Big animals make me feel uncomfortable. Nashville Zoo sucks. Well, I've heard that we have like a really good zoo here. I've been to the Columbus Zoo. I've never been to the Cincinnati Zoo, and it's been like since I was a little girl. When I went to the zoo last, but maybe I'll go before the end of this year. Me and Vincent should go to the zoo. That sounds like fun. You have a 1980s little pony. Oh my gosh, that thing's probably worth money, Anna. I have some stuff like it's all my brother has everything. Like when my mom passed away, my brother went in first. It's fine. It's really 1,000% fine. But he went in first and he collected everything, up. Like he was just trying to grab stuff and just, get it out and move it out. And then I went in and I grabbed stuff. Like he even took stuff of mine, like my Tupperware. I think people are starting to use Tupperware again. They came back, but I'm like, where's my Tupperware? Like, but he has a storage, like a big storage thing. And it has my sister-in-law's parents' stuff in there also. So I'm like, yeah, I'll never see that again. But I have stuff in there. I don't know. I was asking Vincent the other day where my degree was. I was like, I don't even think I have my own degree. I think my brother has it. Yeah, it doesn't. Well, this is a rhino. Let me show you. Let me show you here. Yeah, I said they either had a rhino or a hippopotamus or a large rhino. And then I just went to look and I saw that they had a baby. So I said, oh, look, there's a baby born. So I picked up the picture of the baby. So I said, look, one of them had a baby. There's the horn. Babies don't have the horns yet because they're babies. They don't get them until they're older, until they're adults. Like I would say young adulthood or whatever you consider it. So yeah. Yeah, it's a rhino. And there's him with the rhino. Oh, look at that. Look how nice that looks with all the greenery. Oh, they got a good life. That's exciting to see that like that. Where they're not just like in a cage, They've got like all that greenery. You love Little Ponies and Cabbage Patch Dolls? Oh yeah. Cabbage Patch Dolls. They were popular. My brother, I think, wanted one when he was little. Why do I feel like my mom told me that? My brother was weird though. He would want a doll. I mean, like he's just I don't know. He's sweet. He's a sweet person. I thought I thought I was oh, Toledo Zoo is awesome. I've never been there. Fiona, that's the one. Young Black economist. Thank you. That's the one. Is she? Fiona, that's her name. Look, I didn't even say a Cincinnati Zoo came up. I just found out about it because there was a guy, there was a comedian, and he was in Cincinnati, and he's like, all these people are telling me to go find Fiona and look at her in the Columbus Zoo. And I saw that video and it made me laugh one night. And so now I'm like, now I need to go to the zoo to see her. But it is a hippo. Let me see. Let me show you Fiona in all of her glory. Happy birthday, Fiona. Oh, this was her birthday. She's pretty. It's like a pretty hippo. Look at that. Fiona. It was her birthday. If you guys ever want to look at any animal videos, and check out my Twitter sometime. I try to post cute videos on there, like, because I don't know. We see so much sad stuff. I like to see something that makes me smile. So actually right now my Twitter is full of Karen Reed and politics. That's all everyone's talking about. Yes, Fiona. That's her name. I love that name too. I heard she's the thing to go see. I'm going to go see her. We're all going to take a trip to see Fiona. I'll take you guys with me. I'll videotape it. If she's okay with me taking a picture of her, I'll be like, can we take a picture of you? I think I had monkeys on mine. Did I have monkeys on my Twitter? No, I didn't post that, but there was one that was like, wanted a hug and it was cute today. I was watching it. I watch little animal videos. Yeah, what is a hobby horse? I thought it was just your hobby was horses. You have Storylands Valley Zoo here, but it's not very good. Oh, not many animals. I don't even know what our zoos are like around here now. I mean, I think they're probably still okay. It's not, I mean, the weather is not terrible in Ohio. I mean, I'm sure they move a lot of the animals indoors in the winter. My brother actually, before he started doing what he does now, he used to put, like when he was younger, he used to put up the zoo lights every year at Columbus Zoo. They have like 3 million zoo lights that they put up every year. It's like the thing to go do. And he would go put them up, and he would, he knew like Jack Hanna, that guy, and he would come over, like go over to his trailer and talk to him. And my brother's a extreme animal lover. Extreme. He loves the farm animals, the big ones. He likes the big animals. I like small animals, like dogs, cats. I'm cool there. He likes, horses, cows, pigs, anything, chickens. Indiana's not too far. Fort Wayne Zoo is absolutely amazing. Maybe, yeah. Well, I guess I'll jump off here. Hobby horse is a rocking horse. Oh, my brother used to have a rocking horse. He used to fall asleep on it when he's little. You love horses? I'm not a big fan. They're beautiful. They're majestic. But I'm cool. I'm cool. They're big. They scare me. They do anything that's bigger than me like that, like an animal. I just get very timid around them. And so I'm terrified of farm animals. I would say I'm terrified of them. Not like terrified, but I'm pretty scared. Like to the point where I let one of my brother's horses get out of the fence one day because I didn't want to close it because the horse was running towards the fence and I was afraid. And so the horse got out, and good thing I had my friend with me who is like, he's great with horses. He just was like, I don't know what it's called. The thing that goes over their nose. He's like, do you have one where I can go get it? And I was like, yeah. I'm like, here you go. Oh, not a rocking horse. Oh, well, let's see. Is it like, oh, is it a sport? No. Let's see. Oh, it's like one of those stick horses that you ride around, not like the ones that rock. Like this. Look at us learning stuff tonight that we never thought we'd be learning on the Titanium Built channel. Is that a hobby horse? It's kind of like one of those like the dogs that are like the fake dogs. Like you have like the leash and it has no dog on it, and you're just walking the leash around. You're near Toledo. I'm down near Cincinnati, so we're like north and south. There we go. Yeah, I think there's competitions. There's some weird stuff. I didn't even know that breakdancing was in the Olympics until like today. Until today. I was today years old when I found out that breakdancing was an Olympic sport. Are you kidding? I could break dance all day. Just give me a floor. Give me a floor. I'd be in the Olympics. You still have your husbands? Oh, I bet it's cute. I bet it's sitting in the corner somewhere looking cute. I didn't know what it was. See, we're learning stuff over here. Hey, you will learn something on this channel every night. It may not be what what you're thinking, but you'll learn something. You'll learn something. But thank you guys all for being here tonight. I do appreciate it. I really, really do. We may do 2 lives tomorrow since it's Monday and I'm, here by myself. And sometimes I get a little bored and want to do a live. Especially if like nobody goes live in the mornings. I'm just like, man, I should do a live. So probably come on tomorrow because we do have a lot of other cases that I have a bunch of stuff to show you guys some stuff on. And I want to do a true crime recap one of these days coming up where we just go and we look at the smaller cases that we were covering and we get like smaller updates on those as well. The ones that aren't as trending. So I will be back tomorrow. Sometime during the day, probably, but if not tomorrow night. And let's see what else. I think that's all. Have a wonderful Monday. Have a wonderful Monday. Hopefully you guys have a great Monday. Hopefully it goes by quick and have a good evening. Bye guys.